Red alert. Tensions are exploding in the Middle East. 3 massive US B-52 bombers have just crossed into one of the most sensitive regions on Earth, directly challenging what Iran calls its red line. Military bases across the region are now on high alert. Fighter jets are being scrambled. This is not a drill. And the world is watching. In a chilling turn of events that has stunned observers worldwide, the United States has launched a high-stakes show of force in one of the world's most volatile regions. These aircraft, long-range and fully capable of delivering devastating payloads, were deployed under strict operational secrecy. But their presence did not go unnoticed. The bombers departed from Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar, America's key forward operating installation in the Middle East. Their destination, a classified air corridor that cuts dangerously close to Iranian-controlled airspace. This region is more than symbolic, it's strategic. Every inch of airspace here is watched and judged by military analysts on both sides. The timing of the launch, the altitude of the bombers, and even their formation sent a message: the United States is asserting dominance and will not back down. Iran's response was immediate. Military radar stations in southern Iran locked onto the B-52s. Alerts were triggered in Bandar Abbas and other bases. Su-24 and F-4 fighter jets scrambled into the air. For a tense moment, the world held its breath. The bombers continued toward Iran's detection perimeter. Then, at the last second, they turned, skimming the edge of Iran's red line without crossing it. It was a masterclass in psychological warfare, provoking without firing. Inside military strategy rooms, this mission is known as escalation control. It tests an enemy's limits, how far they'll go to defend without triggering war. But the risk is enormous. A single radar glitch, pilot mistake, or rogue action could turn this into full-scale conflict. And both nations know it. This wasn't just a flyby, it was a razor's edge maneuver with global consequences. As the bombers returned to friendly airspace, the world responded. NATO raised alert levels. The UK issued a statement urging de-escalation. Russia called the mission aggressive. China warned that the US was pushing the region toward disaster. Inside the UN Security Council, emergency consultations were held, but no agreement was reached. The crisis was moving too fast for diplomacy. What was the mission's true goal? Experts believe it was a response to rising proxy attacks on US bases in Iraq and Syria. Iranian-backed groups are believed responsible. The B-52s flew to say, "We see you, and we will respond." Though likely armed with conventional weapons, the bombers' presence was a powerful message of deterrence. The B-52 isn't just a bomber, it's a statement. These aircraft don't sneak in quietly. They arrive with thunder. Their appearance near hostile borders is deliberate and unmistakable. The message: we're not hiding. We're ready. And we dare you to respond. This is military posturing at its most dramatic, and its most dangerous. What makes this situation so dangerous is how fast it could spiral out of control. A misfire. A panic response. A radar lock mistaken for an attack. One false step could pull the US, Iran, and even regional allies like Israel, Saudi Arabia, and Turkey into a full-blown war. That's the reality facing defense officials right now. According to retired Air Force Colonel David Marks, this mission was psychological warfare. It showed Iran that the US can get close, very close, without fear. But others warn, this kind of pressure can backfire. National pride, military ego, and political miscalculation could tip things over the edge. It's a dangerous game with no room for error. So what happens next? Will Iran strike back, through cyber attacks or with proxies? Will the US send more bombers or deploy a carrier group? Or will diplomacy somehow pull both nations back from the edge? Right now, nobody knows. But one thing is clear, the B-52s made a statement, and the world will not forget it anytime soon. Subscribe for updates. Comment your thoughts below. Is this the beginning of something bigger? Or a final warning?